The past couple of months for Donald Trump have been quite episodic. 2 failed assassination attempts, a disastrous date performance, and of course bland poll numbers. But now it seems like the former president may have some reasons to smile. According to data released by election result website Decision Desk HQ, the Democratic edge in vote by mail requests has shrunk significantly. Now this is happening mostly in 3 key states: Florida, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. The data says that the Democratic lead in vote by mail requests has shrunk by over 5% in Florida, 15% in North Carolina, and over 35% in Pennsylvania. Now, if we look back to 2020, mail-in voting was a game changer for the Democrats, especially as they capitalized on pandemic-driven voting shifts. But as we approach this year's poll, early data from 3 pivotal battleground states suggests that the tide may be turning. And if this trend holds, it could be a major boost for Republicans, particularly for Donald Trump as he seeks to return to the White House. This signals a shift in voter habits that have defined the last 2 presidential elections. Political pundits say that this is a great sign for Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. Now let's start with Florida, a state often seen as a barometer for national elections. In 2020, Democrats surged ahead early with mail-in ballots giving them a clear advantage. But the latest numbers are telling a different story. So far, Republican voters are closing the gap significantly, something that we didn't see in the last election. Now, political analysts are pointing out that Florida has always been a key state for Republicans to win. And if the mail-in voting trends continue, it could mean Trump's base is more motivated to vote early and by mail than they were 4 years ago. Now, let's talk about Arizona. The Grand Canyon state, which turned blue for the first time in decades in 2020, is now seeing a similar movement. Back in 2020, Democrats dominated mail-in voting here, helping Joe Biden flip the state. But now, the Democrats' edge has plummeted and Republicans are catching up fast in early mail-in returns. For a state where every vote counts, this shift is raising eyebrows among political strategists. And finally, Pennsylvania, the battleground of all battlegrounds. In 2020, the mail-in vote was overwhelmingly Democratic here, giving Biden a crucial edge in the state. But fast forward to 2024, and that advantage seems to be shrinking. Republican voters have increased their mail-in participation, narrowing the gap that helped push Biden over the finish line last time. Now, this drop in Democrats' mail-in voting edge across these 3 states is especially significant. These states not only helped decide the 2020 election, but are expected to play an equally decisive role in 2024. Although it's still early in the electoral process to make any calls, and let's not forget Donald Trump has had a complicated relationship with mail-in voting in the past, often criticizing the process. But with these new numbers, his campaign is likely to take a different view this time.